We're living in the past, but now with HD and algorithms. Have you ever stopped to think that the modern financial system may just be a version of the Great Depression of 1929, disguised as technology? What has really changed in almost 100 years? Spoiler, not much. Today, we'll explore how bubbles, debts, and crises are all just economic reruns. The same script, but with updated settings. We're trapped in a cycle of economic illusions. And if you think, this time it's different, well, grab some coffee because history is about to prove you wrong. In 1929, there was a popular phrase. This is the beginning of a new economic era. Stocks were soaring, people were getting rich, and the financial markets seemed unstoppable. But the party ended quickly. All it took was one moment of panic, and everything collapsed. Stocks plunged, banks failed, and millions lost their savings overnight. Now fast forward to the present. Today, we've swapped typewriters for smartphones and telegrams for tweets. But you know what hasn't changed? Our trust in the market as if it's fail-proof, until the day it proves otherwise. As of 2025, global debt has exceeded 300% of the world's GDP. We've got investors betting on cryptocurrencies without foundation, and memes driving hopes of instant wealth. Sounds like progress, doesn't it? But it's just the same blind optimism, wrapped in modern interfaces. Here's a reality check. The psychology behind financial crisis has never changed. In 1929, they called it stock market euphoria. Today, we call it FOMO, the fear of missing out. In the 1920s, people took out massive loans to invest in stocks. In 2025, we're doing exactly the same thing with easy credit, but now we're buying NFTs, real estate, and cryptocurrencies. The psychology behind it is simple. When prices rise, everyone feels like a genius. Everyone thinks, it can't go wrong. But when prices fall, well, we all realize we were just lucky. And here's the pattern. 1. People get optimistic. 2. They take greater risks. 3. Then, when something goes wrong, everything collapses, like a row of falling dominoes. It's the same logic, just with new names. Instead of Bethlehem Steel stocks, now we're buying Tesla shares. Instead of radios and fridges on credit, now we've got mortgages, credit cards, and even grocery bills on payment plans. And the debts? They remain the glue holding the system together. But now, instead of breaking just cities or countries, like in 1929, today's collapses are global. When we think of 1929, we picture hysterical stockbrokers in New York, reading delayed news on ticker tapes. Today, we've replaced human delays with trading algorithms that act faster than you can blink. But do you know what the problem is? That speed just amplifies the crisis. Technology solves communication delays, but it doesn't fix human errors. If anything, it accelerates them. Example, back in 1929, an investor might take a day to react. Today, algorithms sell everything within milliseconds. When panic hits, machines don't think, they just follow orders. And the result? A crisis that could have taken weeks to unfold in the past happens so quickly today that, most of the time, we don't even realize it until we're already in the middle of the storm. There's a pattern in every economic crisis. 1. Out-of-control debt. 2. Concentration of wealth in a few hands. 3. And markets based more on speculation than real value. In 1929, people took on loans to buy radios, cars, and stocks. The elites profited while the working class survived on hope and credit. When the collapse came, those with wealth survived. Those without it, they were left with nothing. In 2025, we've swapped radios for smartphones. The wealthiest 1% control more than 50% of global wealth, while most families live paycheck to paycheck. What happened in the 1920s is happening again. The products have changed. The pattern hasn't. And the most ironic part? Every bubble, every single one, ends the same way. Broken confidence, tightened credit, plummeting prices. The cycle is inevitable. The Great Depression should have taught us one thing. When the system is built on bubbles, it's bound to collapse. But instead of learning, we've just created quick fixes. In the 1930s, we implemented regulations like the FDIC to protect bank deposits and prevent financial panic. Today, those protections still exist, but we're dealing with much bigger problems. Now, governments have stepped in as the saviors. Notice the pattern? Whenever a crisis hits, they print more money, lower interest rates, and ask for trust. But printing money isn't a solution. It's a delay tactic. We're just pushing the problem further into the future. The math is simple. If debt grows faster than the economy, someday the bill will come due. And just like in 1929, it's always the public that pays the price. The lesson from 1929: don't ignore bubbles. The lesson from 2025? We're ignoring them. Again. And you know what the biggest mistake is? Blind faith. In the 1920s, people believed the bubble would never burst. In 2025, we believe governments and central banks have everything under control. But here's the reality. No financial system escapes the math. If we keep repeating these patterns, climbing debt, speculative bubbles, extreme inequality, the outcome will always be the same. It's just a matter of time. Financial crises aren't accidents. They're the result of human choices. We build fragile systems, bet on blind optimism, and forget the lessons of the past. So, the question isn't if the next crisis will come. It will. The real question is, are we better prepared, or just more confused and dependent on technology? If this video made you think differently about the economic system, share it with a friend. Because, in the end, understanding the past is how we can change the future. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments, are we repeating 1929, just at 2x speed? Or is there still hope? See you in the next video.